In this video, we're covering do's and don'ts in matches in a 4-0 play. Now, this point was crucial because I noticed that my opponent in the white is allowing the ball to come in on him. So I'm going to try to exploit that as much as possible. Good dinking. See, there's another one. I just drove right at his body. He's allowing the ball to come in on him. So I am just jamming him up, hitting it right on the right hip. Nice return. That's sort of a tennis volley, quote unquote. But I know a lot of people, obviously pickleballers, criticize tennis players for not swinging at that. But, you know, that's still an effective shot. Nice setup there. Nice deep return. Right at the feet. That's a beautiful dink right there. Pulling him off the court. Notice that that's a Western grip. My opponent in the white, so I'm targeting him on that. Now that was a crucial point. Now I was pulled off the court on there, and my partner in the green didn't cover the middle. So that was an easy win for the other team for sure. Okay, although that dink was high, the execution was smart. I was pulled wide, and instead of trying to dink sharp, I tried to dink middle. So if the execution was a little better, that would have been a nice play. Okay, now you can't get away with that at any level. You can't pop up balls in the middle of the court like that. So you, at any level you're at, you really need to fix that and not make that mistake.
What I'm seeing here, this is Coach Debbie, your partner in the yellow tends to not squeeze the middle. You've gotten lucky. They really haven't exploited the middle play.
Right. Now that's interesting to me. He has a continental grip, but yet he is allowing the ball to come in on him, and he didn't use the backhand to cover his body. Instead, he tried to do an inside-out flick shot. And I'm just curious as to why he actually tried to do that, but that was an interesting play for sure. See, that's a better dink middle. Nice sharp angle, and now open up the court. Okay, this is interesting. I set up myself for just a smash on the forehand, and he took it with his backhand. He did apologize for it, but yeah.
But if you notice in this setup, he squeezes middle on his backhand side.
Right.
And he wanted to take the overhead on his backhand side. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Which is interesting. Which makes me think perhaps he is a person who's really left side dominant, playing his righty.
Yes, that was a beautiful lob. There's that dink again. Trying to redirect it. Good dinking. There it is. I am Coach Fig. I am the one in the orange cutoff. See, I noticed that my partner set me up with a beautiful dirt shot drop. I saw that the ball went into my opponent, and he was going to struggle with that, so I covered. You don't want to wait on those shots. Now, this is a crucial point as well. So the coverage of the court, when your opponent covers you, you're supposed to cover them. So he left the court, so I'm supposed to cover where he left. So that's what I tried to do. I truly believe that if I had more space, I would have got that ball, but
yeah, there's a wall there.
Right. Nice middle shot right there. He's a little too far back, and I was just trying to hit it at his feet. There it is again. Shuffle, shuffle. If you like, please subscribe and like the video. Nice dink there. That's a good get outing of the way. The ball's too low. Not enough spin there. It's going to go out. Nice return. Yeah, that's a perfect return setup right there. That's a nice dink. There it is again. I really don't understand there why he left the court and just didn't stand at the non-volley zone, but nice middle again. Okay, so here he sat on that shot and closed the net. So that's why I was surprised by that, and he got me. But sometimes you have to adjust to what the opponents are doing. Nice shot, keeping them deep. Nice dink cross court. You can see the crossover there. And instead of trying to dink middle, he tries to dink line, and that's not a good shot. Nice dinking again. I was weighted on that, and that's a mistake. Not enough pace to surprise me there. Nice dinking. That was a good dink right there. He got me, but you notice that I did not cross over. I shuffled, and I wasn't trying to hit a sharp cross court. I was trying to dink middle. But that was a nice dink on my opponent's part.
Your opponent did just what we talked about in our latest podcast. He slid to his left so that he could have a forehand to dink with rather than taking in his backhand.
Yes.
And that gave him multiple options.
Yeah, so on the previous point, that's sort of a dead dink. My opponent has a Western grip, and I'm just driving at his body. We speaking of, we just talked about in our recent podcast that inside out dink there with a lot of spin. That was a beautiful shot. Now he's going to the well a little too much with the lob, so I just backed up as soon as I saw his paddle go up. Nice right there. Yeah, so there I'm holding the dink there. So on the dink, it appears that I'm using the same effort on the dink and the drive. So I think that I was able to surprise my opponent with that.
And your opponent in the white, that's part of the downside of being attached to a forehand grip at the no volley zone.
Yes.
You're going to continue to go to his middle or his left side, and you will force an error.
See, so there I was ready for that. I was already turned. That's pretty much his only shot. When it's hit that low, he should have dinked it back, but instead he tried driving it, and I knew what he was going to do, so I was already turned by the time he got to the ball, so I was able to block that very well. See, there it is again. This time that was a nice shot on his part. I don't blame him for letting that go. The ball was pretty high, but it didn't have enough pace. So,
yeah, I can understand why you let it go.
Yeah, so if you enjoyed, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.